Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Vida.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
सर संडे का कौन सा टेस्ट है?
Sunday ko I was thinking EP will finish, but Sanyukta may be saying some more time is required. So let's keep it for reproduction. Reproduction will finish.
ओके सर. सर रिप्रोडक्शन के बाद कौन सा चैप्टर कराओगे?
Magnetic effect of electric current.
ओके सर.
Okay, ji, let's start the class. So in case if there is a low sperm count is there, so what's the method which is being adopted? So the couple has visited doctor and in the male there is a low sperm count is there. They want to have a baby. So what method doctor will suggest first?
IVF.
Not direct IVF. There is just a low sperm count is there.
सर कुछ मतलब हार्मोन एनहांसर्स होते हैं तो वो कुछ मेडिसिन होती है.
Hormone enhancers does not increase the sperm count. Those medicines, basically hormones will increase the testosterone. If let's say a boy is not getting beard, so he is given a hormonal injections. So for the secondary effects, but if there is low sperm count, you don't have any medicine or hormones to increase the sperm count. So what shall be done? Instead of 200 million, sperms are only 10 million. So what will be done? Last class we have taken, right? So when a couple visit doctor for treatment of infertility, that means they are not having baby for let's say 4 years, 5 years. So then the doctor goes for the test, female ke test and male test are done. Female test may it seen that the lady is having ovulation is there and male and fallopian tube is clear. These two tests are done. Initial test, otherwise there are lots of tests are there. An initial test, these are cheap tests. So the sperm count for male is done. And in 90% case, the sperm count is low. And the sperm count has been reducing over the centuries because of pollution or the living style. Now, if the male has got low sperm count, so what treatment? Female is perfect. So what treatment doctor will suggest? Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's IUI. What is full form of IUI? Hello, last class we are done.
सर इंट्रायूट्राइन इंसेमिनेशन.
Intrauterine insemination. So in intrauterine insemination, what doctors does is doctor takes the sample of sperm from male, and in the lab those sperms are washed. The healthy sperms are being collected separately, and in the female, a needle is being inserted through the cervix, through vaginal opening, through cervix, then into the uterus. So the semen are inserted directly inside the uterus, right? Before that, female are being given some hormonal injection. What injection? FSH are given. So follicle stimulating hormones. They will stimulate follicles. So instead of 1 or 2 follicles developing, in female, there will be 4, 5 or 6 follicles will be developing. So the lady will, after these hormonal injections, the lady will be asked to visit the radiologist, ultrasound, you know. So ultrasound mein doctor will monitor it, and let's say the menstrual cycle has ended on 1st of Feb. So the lady will visit the doctor on somewhere around 10th or 12th of Feb, and the radiologist will give the exact date when the ovulation is expected. And he will also tell, okay, there are 3 or 4 or 2 follicles which have simulated, and lady will ovulate these many eggs. And based on those dates, the lady will now visit the doctor, and doctor will take from husband will take the semen sample and will wash them. It takes about 2 hours process is there in the lab, and then there in the hospital the doctor will insert with the help of a tube with a long needle injection. It will insert the semen right into the fallopian tube, and thus the chances of conceiving increases manifold. It's not 100%, but it's mostly successful in first or second attempt. Right? Understood, IUI?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In case of infertilization is due to some issues in ladies. So that can be the fallopian tube is blocked. Right? This is one of the common reason. Sometimes fimbria is not right over the ovary, or some other issues can be there. But in case its fallopian tube is blocked, now in this case the IUI will not work, right? Because the semen and the egg, they can never meet each other because the fallopian tube itself is blocked. So what the doctor will do in this case? Anyone? Hello, hello. Okay. So now here the doctor will give same hormonal injections to the lady and will collect 4 or 5 mature developed eggs, right? So the doctor waits till the time of ovulation. They keep on doing it with the ultrasound, and as the lady is about to ovulate, with the help of an injection, right? It's not through the vaginal opening, but in the stomach they put the injection and they collect the eggs. The lady eggs are collected separately, and male healthy sperms are washed and collected separately, and the fertilization instead of fallopian tube takes place outside the fallopian tube. So it takes place in the lab, in the tube, and that's why it's in vitro fertilization is there. The babies which are born after this, they are called as test tube babies, because the first 7 days from the time zygote is born and blastocyst is formed, you know, when it's multiplying, that thing takes place instead of fallopian tube in the lab. And once blastocyst is formed, these blastocysts are inserted in the uterus, where they implant themselves to the endometrium. हाँ जी भाई, क्लास क्या हो गया आज? पार्टिसिपेशन मिसिंग है, क्लियर है?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So first test tube baby was Louis Brown. Contraception. Contraception is birth control, right? Let's take this 1 second. So birth control methods. Let's take this in form of a chart. Okay, which is the first one you want to take?
Sir, surgical method.
Surgical method first, okay. So contraceptive methods are where the couple wants to prevent conceiving, it's the reverse now. The couple already has got 2 babies, or maybe they are going for a family planning. They don't want any babies to be conceived for next 2 years, 5 years, different reasons are there for the contraception. So first way is surgical method. Surgical method. We'll write down here in the flowchart first, and then we will see in detail for each one. So in surgical method, what's the first one? Anyone?
Vasectomy.
Vasectomy. So vasectomy is, when we say ectomy, that is being removal, and vas is from vas deferens. So vasectomy is where you are cutting the vas deferens, right? So it's usually cutting or tying, both the ways it is done. Mostly it is cutting is there. So cutting of vas deferens, and this cutting is on the both side, or tying. Right. So in vasectomy, this is initially, previously this was not reversible, but now this is reversible. Okay, and this is 100% reliable. Right. This doesn't have any time period associated, so it is permanently there. What's the second way? Like vas deferens you are cutting, so same way fallopian tube can be cut. So that is called as tubectomy, where fallopian tube is cut.
Sir, how is vasectomy reversible?
Reversible in a sense, they cut it, then they seal both the ends, and if a person wants to go wants or doesn't want vasectomy to be, maybe it wants to go for a baby, they will go for a minor operation again, where the vasectomy will be joined back.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so actually there are separate names, now there is a way in which you can seal the vasectomy, vas deferens. Okay, so it's no more cutting is there. So usually when a person goes, he goes for tying of vas deferens. So where the vas deferens is folded and is being tied. So this is your vas deferens is here. It's being folded like this. And here the ring is being put and it's being tied. So it's a very minor operation is here as compared to cutting of vas deferens. And that in case of this, we can call it as ligation. That's tubal ligation. So tubal ligation is tying of fallopian tube. These are few surgical methods are there. Fourth one, you can write down, this is no more used, but still done on animals. That is castration. What is castration, anyone? Removal of
Testicles.
testicles. So on animal, why castration is preferred over vasectomy? Okay, castration, when the testicles are removed, there are no more testosterone are formed, no more hormones are formed, right? And testosterone is one of the hormones responsible for aggressiveness. So in many countries, especially in these Arabian countries, so the punishment for rape is chemical castration. So where the person accused of rape, so the testicles are castrated chemically. So no more testosterone are produced basically. When you talk about vasectomy, so in vasectomy, when the vas deferens is cut, the person will still ejaculate, but only semen will be there. That's from seminal vesicles. The semen will be there, but with no sperm in it. Hanji, neutering is same as castration. Done. Next method.
सर जो आप केमिकल कैस्ट्रेशन की बात कर रहे थे सर, उसके अंदर वो कुछ नम करने के लिए बॉडी को ऐसे कुछ देते हैं लोग?
हाँ जी। इट्स नॉट टॉर्चर वाला कोई प्रोसीजर नहीं है, ठीक है. फर्स्ट इट्स मेड अंडर एनेस्थीसिया, द पर्सन इज मेड अनकॉन्शियस एंड देन few chemicals are inserted in the testicles such that the testicle cells will die and no more testosterone or sperms are produced.
ओके.
Next one. हाँ जी. अरे कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव मेथड, भाई ये पूरा सिलेबस हो चुका है ना, स्कूल में भी हो चुका है, यहाँ पर जेनी ट्यूटोरियल में भी हो चुका है पूरा चैप्टर, बट वी आर डूइंग अगेन इन डिटेल. सो आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग आंसर्स टू कम फास्टर. केमिकल मेथड्स, ओके. सो chemical method we should take afterward, but it's okay. So first one is, what you'll use is spermicide, right? Like suicide, this is spermicide. So you are going to kill the sperms. So in this particular case, either you use with cervical cap or diaphragm, right? So this you will use with the cervical cap or diaphragm. Okay, this is in form of foam also, in form of a foam. So this, with the help of a tube, this is inserted inside the vagina. This is like a foam cream is there, right? So it basically, it will spread inside the vagina, and when the sperms are ejaculated inside vagina, it will kill all the sperms. This is not 100% safe, right? Some leeways are there. Sometimes some sperms don't die and they make the entry and the lady conceived. But still, these are not very popular methods, but still available. Okay. When you talk about chemical methods, so in this, I will take hormonal methods. Okay. So we are basically inserting the hormones inside the lady. Now we have seen it, right? In the menstrual cycle, we have seen how the progesterone is being given out by corpus luteum or by the placenta. So till the level of progesterone is there, there is no more FSH being released by the pituitary gland, है ना. जब तक हम बॉडी में प्रोजेस्ट्रॉन का लेवल हाई है, तो पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड जो है विल से कि ओके भाई, जो आपका लाइनिंग है दैट इज मेंटेन्ड, एंड द basically signal is to maintain the lining, you know, and जो pituitary gland है that will not release any more FSH for ovulation. So in case of hormones, mostly what is done is the lady is given the injections or other methods to maintain the high level of progesterone. You are getting this part? So what is done is, it has got few ways are there. Number one is you can do is implant. So in this implant, stick same as of size of matchstick inserted in upper arm. देखिए समझ में आ रहा है या फिर I'll show the photographs first and then I will write down.
सर इसके लिए दिखा दीजिए।
चलो जी, फिर पहले हम सारी चीजें डिस्कस कर लेते हैं and then we'll come down to the table and write it down. है ना? That will be much better, I think.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. First is we are taking is mechanical barrier. So in this mechanical barrier, we have got cervical cap is there. So this cervical cap, it fits on the cervix, right? So this, one second. Okay. So this is your vaginal opening is there, and here is your cervix, and this is your uterus is there. So at the end of this birth canal or vagina, this cap is being put. Now this cap is blocking the cervix, right? Cervical opening, it's blocking. So this has to be inserted with the help of finger, and inside this cap, the spermicide is being put inside the cap, so that if any sperm still manages to pass into the cervical cap, it will be killed with the help of spermicide. Right? This is not a popular method. So first we are discussing about the mechanical method. Instead of cervical cap, before cervical cap, there was a diaphragm was used by the ladies. So where instead of cap, a diaphragm is used to block the cervical opening inside the vagina. So there is no time period, but it is usually 2 to 3 weeks is maximum these caps or diaphragm remains valid. But there are chances that this diaphragm or cap will slip from the cervical opening and will allow the sperms to pass. In case of cervical cap, there is a vacuum suction is getting created slightly. And in case of diaphragm, there is no vacuum suction which is getting created. Again, this cervical cap are easy to remove also. This handle is there, so you can hold the handle and pull the cervical cap out. So mechanical method is cervical cap and diaphragm, right? This is your cervical cap and this is diaphragm is there. Third is the condom. The condom can be for female and condom can be for male. Again, female condom is not popular at all. This is slightly bigger in size and tedious to be put. In case of a male condom, it's easily available and easier to put. Okay. What's the benefit of male and female condom over contraceptive pill? Anyone?
सर साइड इफेक्ट्स नहीं होते कुछ?
No side effects. Very good. What else?
Sir, easily available and cheap.
चीप तो नहीं बोलेंगे हम, क्योंकि हार्मोनल जो आपका कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव पिल्स हैं, those are also not very expensive. Major advantage of barrier method over hormonal or contraceptive pills. हाँ जी, very good. भाई ये कौन टाइप कर रहा है? Very good. This is Prisha. Prisha is saying, sir, barrier method prevents STD, you know, and that's one of the major advantage of barrier method or condoms over other methods. Right? This is female condom and male condom. They are of different size. And another mechanical method or barrier method is, what is this? Anyone?
Copper tea.
Copper tea. Right? This copper tea, before it used to come in copper only. Now it comes in plastic also. So this copper tea does not release any hormones or chemicals. It just prevent the embedment of blastula or blastocyst in the endometrium, right? And it prevents the development of blastocyst into a baby, but not 100% preventive. So it hinders the movement of sperm also, and it prevents the implantation of blastocyst, right? It also reduces the growth lining. जो endometrium की lining है वो उसको thick नहीं होने देता है. Plus when it's entering from the cervical, it will thick the mucus layer around the cervical. So copper T is one of the most popular method, right? Because this is copper T is valid for 5 years. So once a couple have 2 babies, they are planning for a family planning. So they go to a doctor. It's 1 minute operation is there. Doctor will insert the copper T inside the female. She may face a problem for a day or two, and with next menstrual cycle also will be hindered. But otherwise, this is after a few days, a lady can't make out if anything is inside the body, but it will prevent the pregnancy. Very safe method and very popular. Most popular method is copper T. So among chemical methods, and in the chemical method, one of it is hormonal method. This one is, anyone, what is this?
Copper T.
This is not copper T, this is
Just
under
stick
the
with it.
arm. Come again?
Sir, the implantation of a stick.
Very good. Implantation, right? In this, a stick is being implanted, and this stick is a size of matchstick only, same size, same thickness, and it's having a hormone called progestin, and this hormone prevents, same as progesterone, right? And it prevents, till the body is having high level of progesterone, what will happen? There is no FSH released by the pituitary gland, right? No FSH. If there is no follicle stimulating hormone, there is no follicle developing into a cell, right? So there is no ovulation. And usually there is no menstruation. Menstrual cycle is also hindered. Now this implantation also comes whereby with progestin, they also release estrogen, right? In that case, menstrual cycle is not hindered. So menstrual cycle is maybe slightly irregular, but it will be there. Right now we'll see, जितने भी हमारे अब hormonal method है, उसमें basically in a lady, the hormones progesterone and estrogens are being released. Till they are in high level in the body, pituitary gland will get a signal as if a follicle is already simulating or is developing, or a baby is already implanted in the uterus, and it will not release any FSH. In this intrauterine device also there are, when I said plastic IUD, and we have got copper IUD. So we have also got IUD which are hormonal IUD, right? Those IUD will release the hormones to prevent ovulation. So all these will prevent, hormonal methods will prevent ovulation. When there is no ovulation, no egg, there is no chance of conceiving. This is vaginal ring is there. Again same. यहाँ पर बेटा we have implanted a stick in the arm. Here this is a ring is there with hormones inside it, right? And this ring is inserted inside the vagina, and it will keep releasing the high level of hormone, and there is no ovulation. It will prevent the ovulation. It does not hinder sperm movement or any other thing, but only release hormone and thus prevent ovulation. Now the difference is, in case of implantation, right? You'll say why not to go for implantation? So implantation is, I said it's valid for 3 years. Copper T is valid for 5 years. right? Copper T is valid for 5 years. This vaginal ring is valid for 1 week. So it is basically during menstrual cycle, no ring is required. And after that, 3 times the ring has to be used. And then again, next week there is no ring is required. Right? This has to be just inserted inside the vagina. It does not hinder the movement of sperm in any way. It does not kill the sperms, right? It's what it's doing is only releasing the hormone, basically estrogen and progesterone, and it prevents ovulation. There is no ovulation in this case. Then among hormonal method is pills are there. So the hormones which you are increasing artificially by implantation or by vaginal ring. So ladies will have to take one pill every day for 28-day cycle that will prevent the ovulation. Right? These pills are in 2 ways. One is which prevents ovulation and menstrual cycle. Another is which prevents only ovulation. These hormones also come in form of patches. So you have to just put a patch on your skin, and this patch will release the hormones in the skin and then in the body. Again, one patch is valid only for 1 week. This patch can be put anywhere in your body. You can put it on your arm or in your stomach or on the back. So this patch method is very popular, but not 100% safe, right? So it's very popular, but not 100% safe. 100% safe means still the lady sometimes conceive in spite of using the patch. Then these hormonal shots are there. That's you take an injection, and this injection is for 12 weeks, or you can say 3 months. Again, this shots is to increase the level of hormones, so that hormonal level remains increased for a period of 3 months. No ovulation and then no conceiving. Clear है यहाँ तक?
Yes.
So chemical method, जो ऊपर hormonal method है, those are all chemical methods for ladies, right? For egg basically, prevent egg from ovulating. Then comes chemical method. First is then left out is spermicide. Spermicide will kill the sperms. Spermicide is used in liaison with cervical cap or diaphragm, right? Cervical cap or diaphragm is semi-filled with spermicide and then is used. This is your spermicide in form of foam, which is inserted right inside the vagina, valid for 3 days. Then these are suppository is there, that is capsules are there which are put inside the vagina, and it releases the spermicide slowly. It basically gets dilated and release spermicide slowly and valid for 3 days. So spermicides, but in different forms and different ways to be used. Next is surgical method. So we have discussed this. One is vasectomy, in which the vas deferens is being cut, right? A very small operation where through the scrotum, the vas deferens is being approached and it's being cut and sealed basically. And if required, it can be joined back. Same way, the operation can be held for tubectomy. And instead of cutting, you can also seal the tubes, right? And instead of tubectomy, you will call it as tubal ligation. ठीक है जी, surgical methods are clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. One more surgical method is left. What is that? Castration. And besides this, one more method is there. Anyone? So we have discussed barrier method, which is same as mechanical method. Then we have discussed chemical method, which is same as hormonal method, in which hormonal method will also include. Then we have discussed surgical method. One method is left. What is that? That is natural method. Okay, so we'll discuss that with the flow chart. Chalo ji, implant is clear. It's in upper arm and it will release hormones such that there is no ovulation. So basically in all hormones, what it does is no ovulation. Okay, this implant is valid for 3 years. Hormones mein what next will take? Anyone?
Sir, pills.
Pills. ठीक है, pills आपके different pills आती हैं. तो pills एक होती हैं जो आप continuation में लेते हैं, ठीक है. Daily pills is there. These pills will prevent ovulation. But same times you have got pills are there. These pills are morning pills. And these pills are 72 hours pills. That is after next morning of sexual intercourse or after 72 hours. Okay, within this time period, these are separate pills are there, different pills are there. If these pills are taken, these pills prevent, basically these pills will kill the zygote which is formed inside, and their working is separate than hormones. Okay, next one. Sir, are condoms and diaphragm 100% safe? Okay, condoms and diaphragm, first thing is diaphragm is rarely used, right? 99.99% case, it is either condoms which are used or it is copper T which is being used. Now, in case of condoms, these are 99.99% safe, right? So condoms are made of latex. If latex has given way because of some chafing or something, then there is a chance that the sperm will leak out. That chance is 1%. And the leaked out sperm will cause pregnancy. That chance is only 1%, right? Because I said that conceiving can be only during the time of ovulation. So it's like conceiving window is there. So that window is, if you will divide the week of menstrual cycle, right? This is the menstrual cycle, weeks are divided when the menstrual cycle just start. So this is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. There is 0% chance of conceiving in week 1 and week 4. And this is the maximum chance of conceiving. These are the faint chances of conceiving. Okay, so condoms can be taken as 100% safe with 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 5,000 unlucky pair, you know. So where they used condom, but still the lady conceives. Okay. After pill, Hanji bhai, after pill, what is there? हाँ जी भाई फटाफट अभी तो डिस्कस किए देखे हमने.
The copper T.
Copper T is there. So we have got copper T or plastic T. Plastic T is not that popular, but still it is there. So they don't come into. Acha, okay. Sorry. copper T will not say copper T. It's intrauterine. बेटा copper T यहाँ mechanical method में आएगा copper T है ना, not in chemical method. यहाँ पर intrauterine device will say IUD. Same as in form of T it is there, but there is no copper in it. ठीक है? IUD with hormones, with hormone release. Okay, this again is valid for 3 years. Same as implantation, which is done in the arms. This is IUD is put inside the uterus. That's all. What else?
सर IUD और IUCD सेम चीज है क्या?
Same चीज है बेटा. Intrauterine device or intrauterine contraceptive device. Okay.
ओके सर.
Next,
Sir, birth control patches.
patches are there. These patches are square shape, release hormone, prevent ovulation, and valid for 1 week. Like Band-Aid. Okay, what else? Vaginal ring is here. Right? It also release hormones and valid for 3 weeks. It release estrogen plus progesterone. Okay. Last one is injections or shots. Okay. These shots are valid for 12 weeks. Done.
Yes, sir.
चलो जी, next method तो. So we have done is surgical, chemical, barrier method ले लेते हैं ना. This barrier method is also called as mechanical method. So first barrier method is male condoms. Right? These are made up of latex. Okay. They prevent sperm entering uterus, plus they prevent STDs. When we talk about, then we have got female condoms, not popular, also called as femidom. Okay, same job. Next is cervical cap or diaphragm. Cover cervical opening. To be used along with spermicide. Highly unpopular. IUD or IUCD two are there. One is plastic, one is copper, commonly called as copper T. ठीक है, आप ये प्लास्टिक का मत लिखें, है ना, आप सिर्फ कॉपर वाला ले लें, सिलेबस में उतना ही है, ठीक है। सो दिस इज कॉपर टी इज देयर। ये कॉपर बेटा ओपन कॉपर नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है कि आप उसको देखेंगे तो ऊपर कॉपर की कॉइल बनी हुई है, नहीं 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 नहीं, दिस कॉपर इज इनसाइड इट, ठीक है। इसके ऊपर हो सकता है प्लास्टिक की कोटिंग हो, वो परफोरेटेड प्लास्टिक होगा, ठीक है। सो इट prevent implantation of blastocyte or blastula, and it also hinder movement of sperm. तो ये ओव्यूलेशन में कोई ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन नहीं है, स्पर्म्स को ये किल नहीं कर रहा है, इट्स ओनली हिंडरिंग द मूवमेंट ऑफ स्पर्म्स and then it preventing the implantation of blastula into endometrium. Endometrium की lining जो है also is not getting thickened because of presence of copper T. Also copper T increases mucus lining at cervix. ठीक है, cervix में mucus lining increase हो रही है, thus sperms are not able to enter freely. This is highly popular. लास्ट मेथड कौन सा है बेटा, कॉपी कर लें आप। Anyone, what is last method? Natural method. So natural method is, one is withdrawal, that is removal of penis before ejaculation. This is not reliable. Second method is abstinence. That is no sexual intercourse. 100% reliable. Third is
सर विथड्रॉल क्या है?
withdrawal beta, where the male penis is being withdrawn out from vagina before it ejaculate.
ओके सर।
Withdrawal of penis before ejaculation. Third is following abstinence during window period, also called as rhythm method. ठीक है, basically sexual intercourse is avoided during ovulation period. Okay, आप ये copy कर ले natural method है ना, then I'll show the chemical method again.
Done.
Copied everyone?
Yes, sir.
Let me know once copied this chemical method.
Done.
Done.
Yes, sir.
अब इसका पूरा स्क्रीनशॉट भेज दोगे, मतलब पूरे जितने 4 पार्ट्स है
दोबारा बोलो.
इसका पूरा स्क्रीनशॉट भेज दोगे, स्क्रीनशॉट.
कुछ भी नहीं आएगा स्क्रीनशॉट में, ऐसे करके भेजेंगे तो 2 फॉर्म में भेज देता हूँ ना, ऐसे करके भेज देते हैं. ठीक है, वेट. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay. बेटा सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन 2 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड हो सकता है. What are those 2 parts? Sexual reproduction, the organism or baby is produced either the animals who are producing babies by sexual reproduction can be divided into 2 categories. One is by way of fertilization, internal fertilization or external fertilization. Otherwise, we can divide them as one is oviparous and another is
Viviparous.
viviparous. right? Oviparous is which lay eggs. Viviparous is which give birth to babies. And there is a term which is called as ovoviviparous. You know? Let me come to the screen only. You'll enjoy that way. Ovoviviparous is which lay eggs inside their body and then give birth to the babies. So they are not viviparous because they are actually laying eggs first inside the body. Okay, the hatching of eggs basically is taking inside the body. Otherwise, they are laying the eggs. So not laying eggs outside in the environment. To save the babies, they lay egg inside their bodies itself. Those are ovoviviparous. Example is few snakes and shark. Shark lay egg inside the body. The egg will hatch inside the body and the sharks will move inside the womb. And in fact, shark lays about 15-20 eggs, but only 3 or 4 eggs will hatch. And out of those 3 and 4 hatch, one of the shark will eat other sharks. And eventually shark end up giving birth to one baby only. How about hen? Hen lays egg every day. Those eggs are either fertile or infertile. Like in case of humans, the girl do ovulation once in a month, right? Once every month they do ovulate. In case of a hen, this ovulation is around 250 or 260 times in a year, or that's almost 5 ovulation every week, right? Now this egg which is getting ovulated is not small. In case of humans, the egg is like a grain of salt. In case of human, this egg is, in case of hen, this egg is slightly bigger. It's having a thin lining is there on the top. And when it's passing through the oviduct, like same as fallopian tube, when this is passing through the oviduct, it starts getting a shell around it. And this will come here. This is some sort of uterus where it stays for a time and then it comes out from the body. Now in this, if the hen has had sexual intercourse is there and the sperm has entered in the body, that sperm will travel inside the body, and somewhere in this area, in this journey here, if it will meet the egg, the shell has not developed a lot, right? There is no shell actually in this area, in this till this part. So it will enter inside the egg and it will fertilize the egg. But if there is no sperm is there, then this egg will just get a simple covering and it will come out. So egg can be divided as either fertilized egg or non-fertilized egg. Understood on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is there. So this starting region which is there, in this region, if the sperm will meet it, then the egg will get fertilized. Okay, that's it. In case of a hen, the opening, there is only single opening is there. That's cloacal opening is there. Cloaca is there for giving out undigested food, for urination, for laying eggs, for everything. Only single opening is there. Now, when we talk about sexual intercourse in birds, so birds don't have, male birds don't have penis, right? Female birds don't have vagina. In that case, both male and female have got cloaca opening is there. So externally, you cannot make out that it's a male bird or it's a female bird, because there is just like an anal opening. There is a cloaca opening in both male and female. Internally, they are different. Right. So what you mean by sexual intercourse? So in that case, it's called cloaca kiss. That's it. The cloacal opening are just touching each other. The male sperm enter into female, and that's how the fertilization is taking place. कुछ extra new information है, that's all. Few birds like ostrich and duck, they do have got penis, but that may be part of evolution they are having. Fertilized and non-fertilized egg looks same, but if fertilized egg is kept at times, you know what they are doing is they are taking a fertilized egg, they are keeping it in a glass beaker, putting a thin plastic film on the top, and then you will see the fertilized egg has started it will start from the point of embryo, it will start developing the blood veins, and you can actually observe the egg forming into a chicken. Okay, so eggs are of different size. So this is for hen, this is for ostrich, and one of the very big egg is of kiwi. Thing is, with comparative to the size of the body, the kiwi lays the biggest egg, right? See, this is full kiwi body is there, and in that this is the kiwi egg is there. So it is almost 60% of body weight is of egg when the kiwi lays the egg, right? Comparative to body, it's massive. You know, the egg kiwi lays is massive. Kiwi is smaller than hen. Think on that part. Kiwi is smaller than a hen, half the size of hen. But this is the egg of hen and this is the egg of kiwi. Okay, gestation period is the time period for which between the formation of zygote and baby birth. So that gestation period is maximum in case of elephant, Asian elephant. It's about 22 months. And Virginia opossum, that's a marsupial animal is there. Anyone, what is marsupial animals?
Sir, who keep their babies in the pockets.
In the pouch, in a pocket, you know, for marsupial, for Virginia opossum, the gestation period is only of 12 days. For kangaroos, gestation period is 21 days, right? At that time, they give birth to the baby, which is very small, smaller than the size of earthworm. It crawls and goes to the pouch and it stuck to the nipples, which are there inside the pouch. From there, they keep on taking the feed, milk feed, and they keep on developing inside that. And after a certain period, they come out from the pouch. Okay, few animals are hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means they have got both male organs and female organs. You know, example is your snail, earthworm. These hermaphrodite animals, when they have sexual intercourse, many times they make each other pregnant. Both the snails will conceive and both the snails will give birth. Some information, you know, interesting information. Now you have got some interspecies breedings are there, whereby horse and donkey, they are having same number of chromosomes, right? They belong to the same genes, but not same species. So they can reproduce sexually, but the baby will not be capable of reproducing sexually. Okay? Horse and donkey. देखो, horse, when it mates with a horse, it will produce a horse which will be sexually capable. Now, horse and donkey, they can also mate each other. They can make each other pregnant. But the produce which is there, the offspring which is there, is not sexually capable to carry the offspring, right? So horse and donkey, they mate each other, they will form a mule. Mule is sexually inactive, cannot produce a new offspring. And a mule is khachar. You must have seen when you are going many places, you know, like Vaishno Devi or some other hilly areas. Mostly mules are there to carry the load. So mules are between the size of donkey and a horse, you know, they can carry a good amount of load on back of them. Any other example? One more example is in case of lion and tiger, it is the liger which is produced. Liger, if you see, is slightly bigger than both. In fact, lion and tigers, from both it is slightly bigger. Liger is little less aggressive, but cannot produce its own offspring. ठीक है जी. External fertilization we had done before. So in this case, both male and female will lay their eggs and sperms outside in the water. Those eggs will also be in hundreds. You know, sperms तो होते ही हैं thousands में, but eggs also in hundreds, because many of the eggs will float away with water and many of them will be eaten away by predator. There is no safeguard here. They are not inside the body. So that's why they lay eggs in hundreds. Okay. So this external fertilization is done in case of PC culture, where they are cultivating fishes. So they do external fertilization. It becomes economically viable. Few of the aquatic species, they do external fertilization, but the eggs, they don't leave it in the water, right? In this case, this is a special toad is there. It's Sonam toad, I think, which carries eggs in their skin, and when they mature, the babies will pop out from the skin. It's a very good sight to see when the way the babies pop out from the skin. Okay, this is not relevant. What is one word for this phenomena which is occurring? Anyone?
Metamorphosis.
Metamorphism. So you write down this. Metamorphosis. Biological process by which an animal undergo a major change in body structure. When it becomes adult. Okay. A very major change is happening. A caterpillar cannot fly, but a butterfly can fly. So that's a major change. In case of frog, a tadpole is having gills, but frog develop lungs. You know, tadpole is aquatic, cannot survive outside. Frog can survive outside the water. That's a major change.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
हाँ जी बेटा.
सर मैंने व्हाट्सएप पे आपको एक सरफेस एरिया एंड वॉल्यूम्स का क्वेश्चन भेजा था.
एक बार फिर से आप हेलो करके भेज दो.
यस सर.
Manjoti Singh, sir, can you explain monohybrid and dihybrid? बेटा it will take time. आप बोले पहले हेरिडिटी लें या फिर हम पहले
हेरिडिटी एंड एवोल्यूशन.
सर हेरिडिटी ले लो.
ठीक है जी, हेरिडिटी एंड एवोल्यूशन ले लेते हैं. काफी इंटरेस्टिंग चैप्टर है और मैथमेटिकल चैप्टर है, थोड़ा सा देखेंगे ना, और लॉजिकल चैप्टर है. मतलब ना, हेरिडिटी एंड एवोल्यूशन इज बायो है बट टोटल लॉजिकल है. हाँ, कुछ टर्म्स हैं ज्यादा हैं, वो याद करनी पड़ेंगी. ठीक है जी, इस चैप्टर में हमारा अब एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन बचा है ना, तो विल टेक दैट ऑन फ्राइडे. So what I will do is we'll take construction and then asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is half an hour. Construction is about 40 minutes. ठीक है, फ्राइडे को कंस्ट्रक्शन भी कंप्लीट करेंगे एंड एसेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन आल्सो फॉर एनिमल विच इज लेफ्ट। अच्छा जी, आपका गर्व ये आपने क्वेश्चन भेजा ना, वेसल इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इन्वर्टेड कॉन।
यस सर।
ओके, चलो भाई एक छोटा सा डाउट आई एम हैंडलिंग है ना, दोज हु वांट टू लीव कैन लीव द क्लास।